Thank you for choosing Vinton by Nativevideo. Let's install it together. Firstly, we need to ensure digital experiences are enabled in your org. This is a prerequisite so that our code will work in the org with no problem. There's no commercial implication, no changes to your org at all. When that's done, we can start the installation process. Firstly, we need to install the Nativevideo platform. This is the platform that powers all of the Vinton solutions. Nativevideo must be installed before installing Vinton. Go to the App Exchange and find Nativevideo. Click on Get It Now. If you aren't already logged into Salesforce, it will prompt you to log in, and then you'll see this dialog box. In this example, I'll install in production, but you might have a sandbox you prefer to use. I'll review what I'll be installing and tick to agree the T's and C's. At the next step, choose to install Nativevideo for admins only. The way the Nativevideo package works, you can assign permissions to different users after the licenses have been assigned. We do not need to install for all users here. We need to grant access to these websites so that during setup we can connect with our backend. Click on Continue and Nativevideo will install and grant access to admins. The app might take a long time to install, so click Done and wait for the confirmation email to indicate it's installed. Okay, I've received the email confirming Nativevideo was successfully installed. I'll refresh this page on installed packages and can see the version of Nativevideo that's been installed. The next step is to go to the App Exchange and install the Vinton application. Take the same steps to install Vinton. This time it shouldn't take as long. Install it for admins only again. Because we manage permissions given to the users via the permission set, we don't need to install Vinton for all users. Okay, we've now installed the Vinton and Nativevideo packages. When you install the packages directly from the App Exchange, you get 5 licenses for free for both Vinton and Nativevideo. This free tier gives you 100 minutes of recordings every month and 100 days of video or audio file retention. Of course, you can get in touch with us if you want to move to our Pro, Premium or Enterprise tiers, or if you wish to add more licenses. For the users who need to use Vinton, we must go to their user profile and assign permission sets and licenses. First, let's assign licenses. As Mina installed the package, the licenses are automatically assigned to that user. You can see that both Nativevideo and Vinton licenses are assigned. But for any other user in your org, you go to the Managed Packages section of the page, click Assign Licenses and assign both Nativevideo and Vinton licenses to that user. After the licenses are assigned, go to Permission Set Assignments. Click on Edit Assignment and then you need to assign Nativevideo permissions and Vinton permissions to anyone who needs to use Vinton. For those users that specifically need admin rights, you also need to assign them the Nativevideo admin permission set. This enables the user to configure Nativevideo, manage things like the AI prompts used for calls, plus a number of other settings that we'll cover later in this video and in other tutorials. Click Save and you're all set from the user's point of view where I have both permission sets and licenses assigned. Anyone who does not have a license for Nativevideo and Vinton would not be able to access the components of the application. Once you've assigned all the permissions and licenses to your users, go to the App Launcher and search for Nativevideo Admin. This is our admin panel for our app. You can see that we have Nativevideo configurations. We then choose Media Platform and Buffy Configs. Then we select a region. This region is where our backend is. There are 3 regions where the backend is hosted. You can decide which region you want to use based on compliance and where your media files should be processed and saved. Media files means the video and audio recordings captured by Vinton. The region is selected only once at the start of the configuration. If your business is in Europe, we recommend you select Europe because then it would comply with the rules and regulations in Europe. Likewise, Asia-based companies should choose Asia and US-based companies should choose USA. I've selected my region as Europe. Next we go to the Buffy Connector tab. Here we have 2 options. You can either connect to our backend using an admin user or an integration user. We recommend that existing customers who are already connected with an admin user change to an integration user. It's Salesforce best practice to connect to third-party integrations using an integration user. Connecting this way limits API access to exactly what's needed, and it's not tied to an admin's wide-ranging permissions. The Salesforce API integration license is free with most editions. Although it's best practice to connect via an integration user, it is more complicated than connecting as an admin. We offer both options so that customers can use an admin user for testing in a sandbox, for example, but we recommend connecting with an integration user on production. Right, let's see how to set up the integration user connection. Before you get started, I recommend first downloading the Media Backend certificate. You'll need this later on. Next, go to Salesforce Setup and find Profiles. Find the Minimum Access API Only Integrations profile, clone it, and rename it to Vinton Integration API Only. It's best practice to clone the profile and assign it to users instead of assigning the standard profile that comes out of the box. It will have the same access as the original profile. After we've cloned the profile, now we will create a new user that would have this profile. Go to Users in Setup, click New User. Let's call it Vinton Integration. In this demo for the email, I'm adding my email address, but you can use an email address such as integration@ your domain. For the username, add .integration to the end. Set user license to Salesforce integration. Set profile to Vinton Integration API Only. Then save. Next, we assign permission sets, so scroll to the permission set assignment on the user and click Edit Assignments. Assign Nativevideo Integration Permission. Next, assign permission set licenses. Search for Salesforce API Integration on the page and tick Enabled. Now save. Finally, we need to assign licenses. So I will assign both Nativevideo and Vinton licenses and click on Add. If you have paid, for example, for 100 licenses and you need to set up an integration user, you would need to assign one of those licenses to it as well. But let us know and we'll assign you an extra license for both Vinton and Nativevideo for the integration user. Next, we go to App Manager to create a connected app. Click on New External Client App. In External Client App name, enter Vinton Media Backend Connect. Add a contact email. Distribution state should be local. Expand the API Enable OAuth settings section and ensure that Enable OAuth is ticked. Callback URL should be login.salesforce.com. Selected OAuth scopes should be Manage User Data via APIs and Perform requests at any time. Enable JWT bearer flow and upload the Media Backend certificate that you downloaded earlier. Leave everything else as it is and click Save. After we've done all of the setup, we'll go to Settings for the app that we've created. After saving, click on the app's drop-down, choose Manage and Edit Policies. Set permitted users to admin-approved users are pre-authorized and save the changes. Now grant app access to the profile. In the Profile section of the connected app, add access for Vinton Integration API Only. Click Save. Expand OAuth settings. Here it says Container Key and Secret Key. Open this. Salesforce will ask you to verify it's you. Now copy the consumer key. Go to Nativevideo Configurations and add the consumer key and the ID of the integration user under the Integration User tab in Buffy Connector. Click Connect. And now your integration is connected. The process for admin users is a lot quicker but not recommended. For admin users, click Connect. This establishes a connection with our media backend so it can communicate with Salesforce. Return to the Buffy Configs tab. Toggle on the advanced options. Make sure you enable transcriptions, enable insights, and enable the generation of subtitles if you want them. Our transcription service is DeepGram by default. This is the one we recommend, but if you prefer to change to Whisper or Amazon, please get in touch. We'll let you know the pros and cons of each. Now let's go to the Vinton tab. You can see that it's empty right now. Let's refresh the page and check that the connection is in place. Okay, so now we can see an intro video and also a Hey Vinton button. This means we can test a voice note and make sure that the media file processes correctly. Do this to check the back end is working fine before continuing the rest of the setup. Click on Hey Vinton and it will bring up the voice note recorder. If you get a request to use your microphone, you can choose Allow while visiting the site or Allow this time. Click on the microphone icon to record a note.
Hello. I am trying to do the Vinton setup and I just wanted to check this audio note real quick to make sure that it's working fine and the setup looks okay.
Click on Stop. Play the recording back if you want. Once happy, approve it. Then you'll be taken to the Vinton tab. You can see that this note is processing. It'll take around 30 seconds to a minute to process. Let's speed things up. The voice note has been processed now. I can play it back. I can see the overview, summary, topics, follow-up email. It transcribed everything I said. To fix typos in the transcript, check out the transcript search and replace tutorial for more information. Okay, we know the media was captured correctly by Vinton, installation is complete, and now we can move on to the next setup stage.